are faced with this situation, all the armies are making mistakes. They forget the people who work with them at the grassroots when they are encountering insurgency operations. Because without civil military coordination, you cannot win any insurgency, counter-insurgency operation. So as the elders who have been at it for a long time, we started thinking we must structure ourselves into society. We must embed ourselves into society if we are going to maintain a proper connection between the army and the people. 2012, we wrote a paper called Ceasefire, the future is bright. 2013, that's when the president allowed us to go back to the people. How do you go back to the people? Through Operation Wealth Creation. The UPDF is normally attached to the rural population. The rural population, the peasants, the villagers, because that was our birthplace. So we started with rural development activities. But if you don't understand, because even OWC, the president had anticipated it in all his, the army must be productive. The army must produce its own equipment. The army must be productive in terms of food security. Now, ever since we were launched, I think Brigadier General G.K. Mwams can give you the details. We gave a lot of planting material, a lot of breeding material, until people got so satisfied and they started demanding for another form of input. And when they demanded for that, the president agreed with them and said, now I'm sending you money directly to the parish. So for me, who has been at it for 20 years, I'm the happiest general. Because right now my balance sheet at the parish level is $1 billion. You guys, have you heard about $1 billion at the bottom of the pyramid? So, and then there is Emyoga. Emyoga is skills. There we have about 600 billion shillings. Then you have the APFs, agriculture processing facilities. Those are like 1,200. And then you have got the markets. So UPDF, through OWC, is in contact with the ground. That's the major message, is in contact with the ground. Because the officers we use are the same officers who are in the reserve of UPDF. So for us, the elders who were inspired to fight, for different reasons, we are very happy. We think that our efforts are being slowly being absorbed by the population, but the problem is fragmentation of the social action funds. And that's what we are trying to address now. Because all the social action funds we are involved in with are fragmented. Women, men, boys, lame people. But the total of all those social action funds now amount to about $3-4 billion. Actually, in Africa, they say we are #1 in social action funds. So from the evolution, I think we are still perfecting, because definitely the origin of the struggle, that is in paper #1, the essay #1. You must have a reason to fight. And once that reason is there, you must educate people about it until they get convinced. When they get convinced, you must manage them through different situations. But for me, the the dilemma that the army has now is called information warfare. Information warfare, that's where the army is not, armies I think are not prepared. But I can be an expert advice on that. And myself, I can advise all of your armies about how to conduct this war now. Because this is your enemy number one now. But then if you read through the thread, if you read through the thread of the whole struggles we have had on the black of the African continent, the problem of ethnicity is a problem. Because at the end of the day, whatever that guy was saying, it ended up being ethnic. So, ethnicity and interests, Murray defines them as identity and interests. When are we going to overcome that? So, we wish them all the best, and we hope that all of you, the Defence Attachés, who have capacity to reinforce UPDF, you help us with those, with what they need.
This, when we saw the S's, we heard about Kirema, the battle in Kirema, and all that. This was the theater of operation. Value addition is what I was talking about, that agricultural processing facilities, their problems notwithstanding. But now with the enhancement of production under the parish involvement model, inputs have been given in the chain of a decade. Facilities were put up. Now the task is looking at utilization and not underutilization of the facilities. Our core was coffee as an input, because the president said on 1 acre you should have perennial crops. The second acre, you should have the 2 perennial crops, coffee and fruits. So those would be 2 acres. The third acre would be for food security. And the last acre would be for farming. You saw when we were looking at the Kirema Land Action Farm, Land Action Plan, where we showed the activities that take place on a heritage farm.
So I want to thank you for the warm welcome, your gracious hospitality, and for what you've done today, Afande. Tremendous support to strengthening the relationship between the UPDF and the Defence Attachés Association. We are also here as a testament and indication of recognizing the distinguished service that you have rendered and continue to render to the Republic of Uganda, and to all the historical knowledge that you have shared today. So Afande, my colleague, gets designated me to present a token, this memento, as a sign of welcoming you as an honorary member of the Defence Attachés Association. In our next meeting, we hope to have you present to spark that discussion about Sudan and all the other Google and all these things that we have to discuss among ourselves. But again, we're here to learn from you, learn from your wisdom, and as we part ways today, sir, we just want once again thank you very much for making the time for us. So we're going to present you with this memento, and it reads, in recognition of your continued partnership and support, with gratitude, the Uganda Defence Attachés Association on this day, sir.
Thank you.